Well, it's about day 86 of waiting for Attacking Avalanche 2. It's not come out yet. We might have some rumors of some more EVO problems potentially. They're just rumors. They're not confirmed, but we're going to talk about that today because there is some weird shit going on with EVOs at the moment, and we will discuss it. We've got the Haaland drama. We've still got radio silence from EA on that. We'll talk about when they might respond, how they may respond, because we can't forget about that whole debacle. And also, there are a couple of numero fut SBC leaks at the moment, and we'll get into those. They're not anything too insane, but there are some players leaked. And also for this video, I will have an icon pack to open. Those new icon packs that came out, 87 plus something or another. I can't open them from here because obviously I've got 300 plus packs sitting here still for the pack opening. I'm gonna have to open in the web app and then do a little roulette. We'll do that at the end of the video. But if you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And thank you all for watching. If you watch once a month, once a week, every day, obviously, I appreciate you guys so much. And I guess we'll get into EVOs first here and kind of the Attacking Avalanche stuff mixed with the Evolution talk right now because it's been interesting to see what they're doing because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense at the moment. I haven't talked to you guys about Dino Magic since it came out yet, and obviously, it's not great. I mean, we know that by now. And obviously, the less restrictive evolutions too, that's kind of been bullshit this year. We've seen some of that. I don't want to throw it all out the window, but most of the time, we're just not seeing that. I mean, look at these look at these restrictions that we got on this one, and it's 100,000 coins still despite all of those restrictions. Like, the card itself isn't great, hella restrictions, 100,000 coins. Okay, I mean, definitely odd. And keep in mind here, I love evolutions. I think most of us like are passionate about evos when they aren't very good and are more critical about them because they're such a good feature to the game, right? I think they keep most of us playing this gameplay right now. But okay, basically what's going on here, we'll get to Attacking Avalanche stuff here in a sec, but what's going on with the overalls? Because right now, every single EVO dropping is max 85 overall. Now, I will say max 86 for, remember, Kleber, so one more, but basically every EVO is max 85. And the overalls all go to 87. I mean, you can see here, they literally all go to 87. And right now, there is nothing you can do with any of your 87 rated cards. And FC Wizard on Twitter, who kind of seems like he's in the know on some stuff, does say no EVO on a Sunday, sleep emoji, EA can't fix their stuff. So he, I guess, is insinuating here that EA have more problems with EVOs, or it's the Attacking Avalanche 2, which he says down here. He replies to somebody who says, we're never getting Attacking Avalanche 2. FC Wizard says, you're very optimistic. It looks like we're never getting an 85 plus max overall EVO, and that's also true. But when he says EA can't fix their stuff, you know, obviously this is just pure speculation here. There's no confirmed rumors of this. We know Attacking Avalanche 2 is busted. That was supposed to come out. It's bugged right now. That was confirmed by genuine leakers, but seeing a tweet like this and seeing other bugs happening with EVOs, it does make you wonder about things we just don't know about, right? Because are there bugs right now with higher rated evolutions, multiple playstyle pluses, where we're supposed to get more of them and we just haven't seen them? Attacking Avalanche 2 was supposed to be a 2 playstyle plus EVO. We had another 2 playstyle plus EVO that didn't come out, that was leaked. That wasn't a tier 1 leak, so maybe you could say that it wasn't even true, but we did see one. I think like a week and a half ago we saw one leaked, so it makes you wonder, were we supposed to see 2 of them? Therefore, these problems with the market right now where the only 2 playstyle plus cards are simply just cards you can buy, and not even pack right now. The pack stuff is also gone. It's only cards that you can buy. Was that not supposed to be the case? Were we supposed to get a bunch of EVOs too that also had 2 playstyle pluses? They might have been paid like Attacking Avalanche 1, but makes you wonder right now, because there's no communication from EA to us, why wouldn't we assume the worst? You know how many bugs there could be on the back end that they are just working tirelessly to fix and they have no idea how to fix them? But combining all of this information we have together, you kind of end up with one of 2 conclusions here. The first conclusion is that they don't care. Like, EVOs are not their top priority. They don't really care if they release some dog shit. They literally re-released a Trickster EVO that came out a month ago, and it was the exact same upgrades and the exact same price, which, I mean, you do the math on that one. That doesn't really make absolutely any sense. Do they just not care and that's why they released it? Or did they release it because they need to release an EVO and they have multiple bugs right now that they can't fix, with overalls being, you know, missing on cards, or I don't know, pure speculation obviously here. But when EA don't communicate things with us, what else are we going to do other rather than speculate, and also speculate the worst, considering the worst tends to happen quite often, more than you would expect. So obviously, let me know what you guys think about the EVOs right now. Maybe they're not as bad as people think they are. Maybe there aren't bugs and they just simply don't care. I personally do think there's probably some stuff in the back end going on right now that we don't know about. And obviously, they wouldn't tell us and be like, hey, just so you know, something's broken. You'll get EVOs soon. Like, they're not going to tell us that because that would be bad to admit that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, obviously. And it goes right into our next thing we're going to talk about. And that is just the communication aspect, where we had a ridiculous glitch a couple days ago where Haaland's popping up in packs. This is about the 5th time we've seen this in the last year. And every single time you just wonder how the hell it happens. It's always the top rated player. It seems like it's very intentional. Even the people who don't tend to believe in conspiracy theories are sitting here saying like, yeah, I don't know. Seems intentional to me. So you're losing even like the harshest critics, right? By the way, this dog image, I just can't get over. I might just let him play for the rest of me talking. Even your staunch supporters are like, yeah, you might be doing this on purpose at this point. Like, I mean, we're getting to that point here. Pardon the voice crack. What would help with obviously having some sort of awareness that you have fucked up, like some sort of accountability that, yeah, we made a mistake here. Just saying, hey, we'll release a statement in a couple days. Really simple as that. And then we would at least be like willing to wait. Right now, it's, hey, you'll get a message later. And this is the exact same message that we get for every single mistake. Not like there's any more magnitude to this one that there were to any other mistake where the text is wrong somewhere and they fix it and no compensation is needed, right? That's like the level of mistake that they tweet this out acting like it is, when it was obviously a lot more than that. That was the same thing with Messi in the last game, right? They tweeted something out that was very similar to this statement, and then they a couple days later released another statement saying like, hey, here's what happened. It's not as bad as you think. We're sorry, won't happen again. Oops, it's happened 5 more times. Like, it's just, I just wish we had communication. It still wouldn't be acceptable, but man, you would at least be much more sympathetic towards what they're trying to do here. And like I said before, it was a couple of days until EA made an update on the Messi situation. I think it was 2 days. And so far, it has been over 2 days, and we've not seen anything yet about it. I'm assuming EA are off vacation today. You know, it's been 2.5 weeks, and they should be back today. I'm assuming at work on a Monday. So I wouldn't be shocked today to see some sort of information. And not to talk about this forever, like we'll move on here in a sec, but you know, I was seeing prominent creators like not say anything about the situation. And I'm just like confused by that. And I'm not even talking ones that are like, you know, up EA's arse. I'm just talking ones that are just like normal, bigger creators. And not everybody has to make some sort of statement about stuff, but it's just, I'm very surprised by the fact that it's becoming like a game now where it's like, oh, what's going to happen next? What mistake will EA make next? And creators almost like it because it's like more content for them. So it's almost like becoming a game a little bit, which that kind of bothers me a bit. And I know that, like, what can us realistically do? I mean, if we were to all band together, if people were to all band together, I don't know what we realistically could do, obviously, but it's funny thinking about last year's situation, right? And whether you agree with Nick or not on many things, like the funniest thing was last year when he was like, hey, maybe we should do something about this because this is getting absolutely insane now. And 95% of creators were like, go fuck yourself, shut up, because we're going to put food on the table. You're delusional that we can make a change, which obviously that's up for debate if we even could, but you get what I'm trying to say. They basically wrote it off in a matter of hours. It became, no, we're not doing anything, and actually go fuck yourself. So now obviously our community has always kind of been divided with like the EA guys and the non-EA guys, the coin sellers, the non-coin sellers. EA love that dysfunction between our community, and we can't get ourselves to actually be like, hey, maybe this is a really big issue. What if this is on purpose? You know, what if, right? Not saying at all that it is, just I feel like as a collective, we could be so much more in tune with each other. Instead, it's like everyone does their own thing. I'm gonna put food on the table. We can't make a change, so shh. And I get it to a certain extent, but also it makes us look like fucking pussies. And maybe we wouldn't be able to make any change whatsoever, right? But just, it's pretty embarrassing the level that most people went to just not even make an effort to even fathom trying. So anyway, I kind of got sidetracked there, but on to leaked SBCs. Now we got Wisa coming as an SBC during numero FUT. Stats or predictions here, but this should be our next player SBC. I would assume we will see 2 versions, and it will most likely look something like this. Kind of funny that we got the Prem Winger now getting another Prem Winger again. Not to be nitpicky, of course, but also there's been a lot of questions about exchanges, right? When are they coming out? Last year they came out on Team of the Year day 1. So the very first day of defenders being in, or sorry, forwards, not defenders, forwards being in packs. They came out. So I would assume that happens again. Another big talking point on the game right now has been fodder prices. They're so insanely low. I don't think EA want that. I think they're going to put up with it for a little bit more time until exchanges come out. And then once that happens, you start to see it rise again. And I think that that's what's going to happen here. Maybe it comes on the warm-up day 1, or maybe it comes on Team of the Year day 3. But I do think it's coming out during this sort of 14 to 17 day Team of the Year span. It should come out during this time, would be my guess. And F Baba said that with the center mid sort of day today of released cards that came out, that we were going to get a center mid evolution tonight. It turns out it didn't come out last night. It's going to come out the next day, apparently, which is today. Okay, wait, he does say it's unknown now. I'm pretty sure that I saw a tweet saying it was today, so that might not be the case, but he says it's unknown, but it is a center mid Evo. And guess what? The max overall is max 85. So that goes right with what we were talking about earlier, that we just cannot seem to get anything higher than that, which does make you wonder about what's going on right now. I think the stat boosts and stuff are not confirmed, but Chouameni and Curtis Jones both do fit in the new evolution that comes out. So, okay, once again, similar one. Hopefully it gets to maybe that sort of attacking avalanche 88, 89, 90 overall type boost of a card. That would be really cool, but I would guess not at the moment. And also, I don't think I've heard a singular bad thing about Pedro Neto. Apparently, this guy's insane. If you guys have used him, please let me know in the comments. Let us know in the comments if you liked him or not and what version you did. I'm yet to hear a single person say, oh yeah, I didn't like him. So if he's actually as good as people say, then, you know, let us know. And the market also is a good way to tell kind of what the feeling is in terms of like gameplay demand right now. The gameplay demand really isn't there at the moment because cards are staying relatively the same. And I do actually think that if there was gameplay demand, these cards would be going up. I think that they're staying the same because there is no gameplay demand, but the market is technically rising by their price staying the same, if that makes any sense at all. Like, I was big on Kenny Dalglish going up in price. He's like right around what he always was. I think this is because, like, you know, numero FUT cards look like my ass and people don't want to play. They just don't want to play at the moment in terms of gameplay. So why go out and buy a bunch of crazy expensive cards? You don't want to. That's the problem we're looking at right now. I bought a bunch of cards, by the way. You can see my PC account right here. I bought this team, which is mainly just Yaya Toure, you know, because I was like, okay, the market's actually doing pretty well right now, or I expect it to do pretty well over the course of the next like 5-6 days, and they're like the exact same price everybody I bought. And I think that's just because people don't really want to play, or maybe I'm ass at the market. Either one could be probably right. The much more intriguing thing to me isn't the market. It really is fodder. I think that if it were to come out on the exact same day as last year, you're looking at 10, 11, 12 days from now is when you might see exchanges. And I think that if exchanges drop at all, they cannot be 12,000 coins. It just cannot be that way. Unless EA make them worse than last year, which if they do, this window, there's a window right there, that will not exist come January 16th, whenever the fucking Team of the Year comes out. However, I don't think they'll do that. I think the 89s literally have to rise. I bought a ton of my console account at 16K. I'm talking like maybe a month ago. And I genuinely think they're going to go up to 18,000, 19,000, something like that when we get 89 exchanges. I do think that's what the price that they're going to reach. Not as high as last year. Last year, they were kind of like low 20s, mid 20s, even high 20s when big SBCs were coming out. But I do expect it to be getting towards 20K when we see exchanges, especially at the start with the hype. But yeah, that's way more intriguing to me than just market stuff at the moment. Okay, let's read your comments and we'll open our icon pack. We've got JM Suarez who says, like EA need this to get your money, they don't. Which is a pretty good point, right? EA obviously makes so much money. Like, do they really need us to, or a better way to say it is like, do they need to fake glitches to make money when they obviously can already do that? It's a good way, it's a good point, right? Good way to think about it. The argument from the other side is just when you have those two conclusions to reach, you end up with, okay, does a company with all of this money, right? All the money that they do make, would you reasonably assume that this is all an accident? It's all like, oops, oh my God, it happened again. Oopsies. Like, do you think that that's the case? Like, that's the counter argument to that. I don't know the right answer. Honest to God, I don't. I lean towards the intentional side, but yeah, you make a good point. That's like, they don't need to do that. EA hasn't fired the ass wipe messing up since last year. Thanks, asswipe. I guess that's your favorite insult, isn't it? It's a pretty good insult, to be fair. Damon Chick, stop complaining about everything and just consume, consume, consume. EA would never behave underhandedly in order to pry money from its customers. They are honest, upstanding, and certainly not greedy. Just buy everything they have to offer, no matter the quality. And yeah, definitely, right? Shout out Red Letter Media. Are you Red Letter Media watcher? Because that's very Red Letter Media-esque. But to kind of go off his comment for a sec, a thing that people sometimes assume when you're questioning something, it means you you are believing that thing you're questioning at times, right? Whenever a mistake like this happens and you question if it's legit or not, that doesn't mean you think it's not legit. You're just questioning if it is legit or not. It's okay to question things. It doesn't mean that you're jumping to that conclusion. It doesn't mean that everything you've ever questioned, you genuinely believe. It just means that you are wondering, hey, why is this happening? How does this happen? You have to ask questions to actually get to the right answers of things. So I think people are coming around to that more when it's like there's this many mistakes. I think you need to sometimes just question what the hell is going on here. But people back in the day they didn't used to be like that. You know, it didn't used to be you would question. You kind of just went along with whatever's going on. And I'm happy we're reaching that point where we do question many things. It doesn't mean we believe every conspiracy theory. It just means you literally question, why is this happening? That's what you're supposed to do. And apparently Teflon Vaughn says this issue's happened in other games as well, in other EA games, in college football, in Madden. The same issues throughout several years with various game titles. Common denominator, EA Sports, which you could then, I guess both sides could take that as like, hey, this is why this is not a conspiracy. This is why this is intentional and a legitimate conspiracy. Because you could say, okay, this is their strategy. They like doing this. Or the other side can say like, EA just are incompetent. So it doesn't really get us anywhere, but it does apparently happen in college football and in Madden as well. But okay, on to the pack. The pack has been opened. It is in the club. I'll take anything at this point usable. I've not really gotten a good icon pull this year. Ironically, I got Zambrata and Dino on my PS account, but I don't use my PS account anymore because I can't take the gameplay. Okay, Sweden, we got Henrik Larsson, we got Rolfo, who is absolutely insane, by the way. Kenny Dalglish wouldn't be the worst. It's not Kenny. Serbia is Nemanja Vidic, Mitrovic, okay. I forgot Shevchenko, actually. Please don't be Shevchenko. Thank you. Romania, Haji would suck ass. It's not Haji. We got Lev Yashin, which I would actually take. It's not Lev Yashin. Ireland is Keane. I already have Keane, so it is not him, which is good. Moving on, George Best would be okay. I wouldn't mind that. It's not George Best. Mexico has two icons that I wouldn't like, and it is not them. We've got Puskas at Hungary, which would be cool. It's not him. We've got Ivory Coast, which would be Drogba, which would be pretty cool. It's not Didier Drogba either. Denmark, I already packed Laudrup once, so it's not Laudrup. Yep, that's the Laudrup I packed. Don't worry, that was not our pull. Ghana, which is Essien, which wouldn't be the worst pull. It's not Essien. Okay, Cameroon, Eto'o would love Samuel Eto'o. It's not Eto'o. Croatia, Davor Suker. I'd throw up in my mouth. It's not Davor Suker. And Czech Republic would be Nedved and Czech. It's not them. Okay, are we good? No, we got Stoichkov left, which is Bulgaria. It's not Bulgaria. Okay, so I think that's all. Or let's do Argentina now because there's no good Argentina player in it. And Zanetti, Veron, those are loans. Okay, good. We actually have a top nation. I'll look Brazil first. We'll go down the list. Brazil icon. Please, God. Please. We already packed Rivaldo. It is not Rivaldo. So it's not Brazil. Okay, that's not great. England is next. Okay, I don't even know. I guess Bobby Charlton we could get in England, right? Steven Gerrard is a loan, and I think that's that. So, yep. Okay, so no England as well. On to France. We can get Zidane, Thierry Henry, Cantona even potentially here. That's a loan, Zidane. Oh my God, my heart dropped. Wait, Vieira and Thuram, are they loans? Let's fucking go. Oh my God, Patrick Vieira. How much is Vieira's base card? Holy upgrade. We go from Roy Keane to Patrick Vieira? No way, dude. How much is this Vieira card going for? Okay, 860. You know what? That is still a great pull. Is he a holding CM, by the way? Oh, yes. Let's fucking go. My midfield is Schlupp, Yaya, and Vieira. That is a terrifying midfield to go against. But hey, thank you all for being here and watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you all. So, peace.